Hello and welcome back to another video guide with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV patch 7.41. The new relic stage has been added in this patch, and to take part in this, simply go to Tulialal and teleport to the Phantom Village. Once you are here, you will see a brand new quest called the Phantom Weapons Obscurum questline. You will be able to pick this up from Lyriceel, and the subsequent turn-ins will be with Geralt. So let's explain these stages then. So first of all, there are 3 quests in total, marking 3 meta stages of this new relic. These are the Time-Worn Techniques quest, In Pursuit of Perfection, and finally a Phantom Reborn. And of course, to do this quest you will need to have first completed the previous stages of a relic, including Penumbrae and Umbrae stages. Onto those 3 stages then. Firstly, the Crafted and Vendor Purchase stage. For this initial stage, go back to Tulialal and you'll need to go over to the Bayside Bevy Marketplace Aetheryte. Once here, go back up to the main street, and if you've done the previous stage, you will know all about the NPC that we're going to introduce to you, which of course is none other than Goplu, the independent merchant. This merchant will have a brand new item, and this item will be the Umbral Clay. This will cost you 500,000 gil, and of course, this cannot be purchased or crafted in any other way. This is just a natural gil sink, but at least we only have to do this once, so purchase the clay. Next then, the crafted part of this stage includes one of each of the following. This is the Aspected Ether Agglomerate, the Aspected Aethero Catalyst, and the Aspected Aethero Conductor. As you can see, these are using fairly expensive materials, including the Levinchrome Ether Sand, but all of these items can be obtained from, obviously, timed nodes, the market board, or obviously if your friends are willing to do this for you. The crafts themselves can be made by the 3 crafter groups, so the agglomerate is for carpenter, leatherworker, and weaver. Blacksmith, armorer, and goldsmith cover the conductor, and alchemy and culinarian can make the Aethero Catalyst. It's split into those 3 categories that can make those items. It is also worth noting here, if you're crafting these items must be made high quality. They don't actually need a full bar of quality. For example, 14,200 quality out of 14,204 will still work, but you know, you're still best going for HQ because anything less than that margin will fail the craft. I personally use the Raphael calculator, which will be linked in the description, to work out the calculations for each of these crafts with my current crafter's stats, and I would recommend you do so similarly with a calculator of your own choice. Once all 3 items, the agglomerate, the conductor, and the catalyst, are crafted in your inventory, as well as that 500,000 gil cost clay, you will need to go back to the village and turn in this stage. I will obviously keep the spoilers out of this. There are some pretty interesting cutscenes, and after a cutscene or 2, the next quest will begin. This is part 2. It's called In Pursuit of Perfection. This is split into 4 separate turn-ins of an item called Crystal Paste. Crystal Paste then is an item that can be acquired from doing various duty roulettes and activities on a list that are listed by using the glass icon that the quest actually puts into your key item pocket. This key item will show you all of the activities you can do to earn crystal paste upon their completion, and is especially useful. What it does not show is how many of the paste is per thing, and based on community reports, this then shows in a table of what everything will actually give you. In my opinion, and eventually the method I used, was to do 60 leveling roulettes total for the full 1200 crystal paste needed. This is split into multiple turn-ins, as we say. The first turn-in is 100 paste, then there's a cutscene. The second is 200, and then a cutscene. The third is 300, and then there's a cutscene, and then finally 600 paste, and then finally a cutscene to end it off. So 1,200 paste later, you have completed that stage and gone into a new cutscene, which will then unlock a new quest. Just as an extra, myself and a few friends took this opportunity to do leveling roulette, while someone else queued directly for Ifrit. Occasionally we did get grouped with them through the leveling roulette system, and every time we did, it saved around 20 minutes every time, not doing a regular dungeon. I will say, if you do intend to do this, like we did, be sure to accept whatever dungeon that pops. Do not screw people over by cancelling out of duties if you're trying to fish for something else. This is not a good idea, and will ultimately give you a penalty anyway. promote a good feeling in this game and do whatever pops. I intend to queue specifically myself for Ifrit on my Oceanic alt character now I have completed my pace stage repeatedly to help anyone who wants to have help during this pace stage. I believe some others in our community are also doing the same. So if you would like to use the data center travel system from North America or European regions and go over to Oceanic, I am more than happy to sit there for a few hours on stream to queue Ifrit and help the queue get quick duties. That aside, moving on to phase 3 then, and this is the final stage. Once you've turned in all of your paste, you can collect tomestones of mathematics for each and every weapon. You do not get a free weapon upon completion of a paste stage. You will need to have 1500 mathematics per weapon. I'll do a full showcase on these weapons when I have collected all 21 myself. It may take a while, but I'll try to do it quicker than I did last time, and hopefully this video helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and obviously we can do our best to reply to those, and thank you so much for watching. The Pictomancer one is probably my favorite, if you're wondering, followed shortly by Astrologian, which looks incredible. See you next time.